We'll kind of play it by ear, just see how he feels as he goes. He's a straight shooter. He's going to tell you where, how he feels and where he's at. So, and we'll just take it day by day like that. But I would tell you off of tape, he still can play and loves to play. I mean, he loves to play the game. He's one of those kind of guys. And, arguably a future Hall of Famer. So we're glad to have him here. You're talking about an experienced guy who's been there and done it. He's won championships. And, he's a good person. He's been a leader throughout his career. You don't last this long in the league if you're not a quality player and person. So that's what he brings to you. I would say plug and play, but there are things he also has to go back and review. And he is meticulous note taker and studier. I mean, he's very passionate about making sure he knows everything, not only about his play, but how he goes about his business. So he was digging in this morning and getting everything down and making sure he's got all the ins and outs of the defense down. He's smart, and he's passionate about the offensive side of the ball, especially about football, but the offensive side he's involved with, and he's very creative. So you gotta expect anything. He'll do it. He's not afraid to do things, and so you got to make sure you study and keep disciplined with your reads and that. And then he's a good leader of men. So as a head coach, he's great with people and a leader, good leader.
Yeah, I was very excited. I mean, just to add someone like that at this point of the season that is going to come in and produce. I was very excited to have that, and obviously with playing him last year, I understand how tough of a matchup he is to play against. Having a veteran who's had a ton of experience in the playoffs and making these runs at what our ultimate goal is, it's going to help out. He's someone who's still playing at a very high level. I remember last year him and you could tell by his film study of him knowing when I'm making checks, and then obviously he's talented to still be around and making sacks and doing those type of things. So I think it's going to help us out tremendously. I thought I did a good job of taking what was there, and then whenever the shots presented itself, I went with them. Obviously, I wanted to be better. I thought I could have done a little bit better in the second half of moving the ball, and then in the red zone, I think it was a big thing of not coming away with touchdowns. And there was times where I think I missed Tyreek on the shallow, and I kind of went right past him, and then I was late to him. And then when you get in the red zone, you want to make sure you come out with touchdowns and not field goals. Obviously, he was an awesome coach, and he helped me out a ton of helping explain things to me as I was coming from a totally different offense to this one. And he really helped me with just presenting it in ways that I understood and was able to pick it up so I could go out there and have success whenever I was in practice or in preseason games or in the last game of the regular season. And, he's a great human being, but also a great coach, and he really understands how to get the best out of his quarterback. I think the biggest one I remember getting was a basketball goal, and so Santa brought me that, and I was able to go out and play basketball with all the neighbors and all that different stuff. And I remember that I ended up actually breaking the goal about a year later.
On purpose?
No, I was doing like half court shots, and I was like throwing them with like the full baseball form, and it shattered the glass.